Hi, this is Jody. Welcome to my channel, and sorry for my voice. I've got a little bit of a head cold going, but I'm going to do my best to get through this, and wanted everyone to know that I finally have my glue books done. I only did one set this year. I'm sorry. I did have people message me asking me if I'm going to do glue books, and so I finally have them done. I have 4 large holiday, I have 4 large regular, and then I did this year 2 smaller version or mini versions, and so they will be up in my shop after this listing is done, and after this video is done. So I'm gonna grab one of them, and I did video a flip through of every one of them, and I don't actually know how to do the chapter, I think it's called, in YouTube. I don't know how to do that, but I will do a timestamp if you want to look at a specific one. So that I can do, but I am going to talk about my glue books. So let me clear my desk, and I'll grab one of them and we'll talk about it. Okay, so what I did is I grabbed out the largest of the non-holiday, the regular ones, and then I grabbed my mini version. As you can tell, it's a lot smaller than the large glue books. So I just want to talk about my construction of my glue books. All of my glue books are from recycled, unwanted, thrifted, found items. All the way from books to trims to fabrics to all of the papers are all thrifted and found items. So nothing in here is new. So I always make my spines 3 inches to give lots and lots of room for all of your gluing and bulking it up. And then I do make wide spaces in my glue books so that you can see the glue book lays flat. I also choose very thick papers. The only papers in here that are on the thin side would be maybe like this little cookbook page. Otherwise, most of the pages are thick, and wrapping paper. But I do not do like single sheets of wrapping paper. I will always try to do 2 thickness. That way you can glue it together and make a solid heavy page, or take it apart, make a pocket, whatever you want. The other thing about my glue books is I always like to make my pages variegated, so that when you've collaged and did your creations, you can see multiple levels, and it's really pretty when it's finished. So here, you can see this page, this page, this page. You can see down here. So I always variegate my pages for that reason. I always like to include wallpaper in all of my books. What else can I talk about? If you've purchased my books before, you know the quality and the time that it takes to do them. So yeah, so I'm just really excited that I did regular and I did holiday, and this is the small version. So they are a lot of fun, just so much fun, and you could use the holiday ones for December dailies and however you like, actually. So And again, like here's variegated pages. I do flip outs. I try to keep as much of the paper as possible. Envelopes. I just like to choose, you know, really pretty pages, even though you're going to glue on them. My philosophy is maybe you don't want to glue on every single one and you would like to have a beautiful page in between, or, you know, something like that. So I do tend to choose really pretty stuff, you know, to look at. So anyhow, that was just a short version of the glue books. So I have 4 regular glue books, I have 4 holiday glue books, and then I have 2 mini glue books. So like I said, when this video is up, that means that it's in my Etsy shop, and I just hope you all enjoy them. And I'm sorry it took so long to make them, but my time lately is limited. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video and their flip throughs of all of them. And if you have any questions, just be sure to drop them in the comments. And take care, everyone. Thanks. Okay, now I have Alison's Zinnia. I love this book, and it's really big. It is 8 3/4 by 12 1/4. I think it is the largest of my regular glue books. I just loved this floral arrangement, so I thought I would pick up the orange colors in here and do some vintage orange trim. And then here, this is some upholstery fabric, and then this one has a paper clip wine marker, and it's just some, I think it's more like maybe leaves and, I don't know, leaves, some type of a fruit. So that one there. And then on the back, I love the back page. It's got the simple little picture here. And then there is that. Okay, so then there is 92 pages front and back on this one. Let me take off the paper clip here. And it's got just some, it's just some satin ribbon. All right, so let's take a look at this one. So this one has a little craft envelope pocket here, and then here is a tag. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This is out of a, you know what? I think it's a, like a Radio Craft advertising book where it shows like all different types of advertisement, and it's a huge book, and so it's like ads, so this is really cool. So here's a little Red Riding Hood children's book page. Here is a DIY book on flower arranging. This is an adult coloring book page. It's very thick paper. This is a flower book page, wallpaper, and I don't know if it has a date on it. Nope, but this is vintage. Here is a vintage recipe book page. Oh, Encyclopedia of Cookery. I love it when they give me the description there because I can't remember where all these books come from. This is a large children's vintage book page. It's got lots of stories in it. Here is a huge envelope, and it's a really heavy-duty envelope. I left it just like this, so you can cut it here, make a flap. You can glue it down, cut it open here. This one is a needlepoint knitting book. No, not needlepoint, knitting. It's a how-to knitting book page. This is from like a Dick and Jane book page. I think this is a reproduction though, but it's still older. It's not the original. This is a poem book, and I love the colored paper in it. And then this is a children's book page. Patterns of Nature. This is an old book. Here's a calendar page. So we're at the middle of the signature. I leave the strings in case you want to do something. So then this is the other side of all of those book pages. Okay, next signature, and I love it. This book lays so flat. And I give you lots of space here so it can bulk up. Alright, this is an atlas page, and I glued it down so you have a pocket. Here's some music paper. Here's another page of like flower arranging. Here is some stationery paper. Another piece of wallpaper. Children's book page. This is a book on on fashion, so different types of fashion. Here is some wrapping paper, and it's been doubled up, so you can glue it together, make it really thick, and then collage on it. You can make a pocket, you can do whatever you'd like with it. Needlepoint book. Children's book. Here's a big recipe book page from a vintage book. And then this is Gigi children's book. Adult coloring book. Children's book page. Here, oh, this one didn't take off my washi either because the book page was small. So I use a little bit of washi tape because my paper clips don't hold it in there. So I forgot to take that off. So this is a book on roses. And then now here is the other side. Okay, last signature. Don't you love this? It's a huge giant book called It's a Zoo Out There, and it's like a giant book. I mean, huge. And so yeah, this is the size of the book. It's huge, and it's just filled with all kinds of pictures of animals, and I just love it. So thought it was really pretty. This is a book on painting. Here is a window envelope to play with. Adult coloring book. Magic crochet book. This is the front cover. Potato book page. Wallpaper. This is a nature book page. Needlepoint. This is a how-to children's book. It's more like a reader, I think. This is a really heavy book page. Vintage recipe book page. Some wrapping paper, and it's doubled. You can glue it together. This is a really beautiful book. What is it called? Treasured Friends is that one. National Wildlife front cover of a magazine, so it's pretty thick. Daddy's Little Girl. So And then the last page is this black kitten. Isn't that cute? And then there's the back. So this one, 3-inch spine on these. And there we go. So that was Alison's Zinnia. Love this book page. Or I mean this book cover. Alright. Okay. Now we have another regular one, non-holiday. So this one is Princesses Wear Pants book. This is the name of the book. So the dust jacket was taken off, and then this is the pretty image that's left behind. So I thought, oh my gosh, this would make a beautiful glue book cover. So this one measures 8.5 inches wide by 10 3/4 inches tall, and it has a 3-inch spine again, and of course this one has a little lion wine charm here. It's just on here by a paper clip. So, and then here is the back. The back actually has a really pretty back cover. So this one is upholstery fabric, and then I put this little orange and pink trim that matches the cover on the front and the back. Alright, and this one has 90 pages front and back. Alright, this one had really pretty end papers, so I didn't do like a greeting card pocket or anything like that. Alright, so this one is, so this starts, one of the book pages is what starts it out. Alright, and this is a children's book about horses. This is a flowering book page. Here's some wallpaper. Here's a handmade bag that I made. This is out of, oh, I'm not really sure what book. Oh, you know what? This isn't end paper to a book. This is a Norman Rockwell book. Book page. Yep, this is a nature book page. This is a book about poems. This is an adult coloring book page. And this is one of those big envelopes, and you can do whatever you'd like to, how to use that. And then this is the other side to all of those pages. This is the back or bottom of the envelope. All right, plenty of space in here to grow. That's how I do mine. All right, this is an encyclopedia book page, a vintage book. This is another children's book page. This is a book about cocktails and drinks. This is, what's the name of that book? Is It's Fall. This is a vintage, kind of like a reader. Adult coloring book page. This is a pig story book, if I can find it. I have like all of the dust jackets and the pages, the books, because I just want to be as helpful as I can. That's my whole reason for doing a YouTube channel, is to share information and help other people. That's just like my main goal. And so I will show most of all of the books, the page, the titles, the dust jackets or whatever, because some of the books I've cut up, and I will share with you where, you know, maybe you fell in love with, you know, like this book page and this style of a book, and you want to know where it came from. Well, this is Susan Branch. I'll show it to you. So yeah, I will definitely do that, and I will be doing that in this video. And then this is the last signature. This is the book on advertising. No, this is the book of Norman Rockwell. That's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. This is wallpaper. This is a giant children's book. How to draw book, a vintage one. Needlepoint. Sewing, yeah, it's a sewing needlepoint book. It's a doily. Love that. Some wrapping paper. This is Gigi. And then here is a book page envelope that I made. I love this. I have to make more, and you make it from pretty sturdy book pages though, but I love it. Whoops, this one folds down. Wallpaper. And then there is the back. All right, so there is this one, and like I said, it is one of the regulars, so oops. There we go. So there is that one. All right. Okay. We have Grimm's Fairy Tales. Love, love, love this glue book. I love all of the glue books that I made, but I feel like I'm sticking to this one as one of my favorites. But anyways, it is 8 1/4 inches wide by 11, and Grimm's Fairy Tales, you know, it's kind of, you know, has the Netherlands, the you know, Dutch look to it, and so I put this type of trim to match with it. And then this is something that's different than all of the other glue books, is this was a purse cover, and it was a purse, like a fabric purse, and I loved this needlepoint design on it, and I just thought it screamed that it belonged to this book. I don't know why, but I made this into the fabric of the spine, and then here is the back, and it's got this listing here of the 10 classic Grimm's tales, and yeah, printed in West Germany. Yeah, so Dutch, you know, German, yeah. So, and then this one has a little squirrel. Whoops, is he upside down? Or is he just an image? Oh, nope, he's upside down. There we go. So this one has a little squirrel wine marker on it. Just thought the squirrel was appropriate for this woods look. All right, and it's just paper clipped on here like this. All right, let's take a look. This has 92 pages, front and back. And again, on this one, I did not do a pocket because the end papers were just beautiful as they are. All right. This starts out with a rabbit. I just thought it was cool because of the woods look. This is from, it's a Zoo Out There book, and it's a really large book. So I put that as a first page. Alright, so we have some wrapping paper, encyclopedia book page, children's book page, some wrapping paper. Here is a window envelope, National Wildlife book page. Actually, it's the cover. Here's one of those inter-office envelopes. You can cut it open. This is the bottom of it. This is Gigi book page. Here's a potato book page. Needlepoint. Children's book page. This is out of what book page is this? It's kind of like an encyclopedia, I think. Yeah, because this is how to make a bird feeder. Interesting. Some wrapping paper. This is, you know, you can glue it together to make the page heavy, but I left it like that. Here is a book on roses. And so then this is the other side. This is folded, I think. Yeah, it's open up here. So now we're on the other side. This is plywood. Yeah, this is like a book on building. So this is all the other side of those pages. Here's the envelope. All right, next signature. This is wallpaper. Children's book about nature. This is an atlas, and I glued this down for a pocket. Here's some music paper, wrapping paper, Pinocchio. Here's a nature book page. This is a Susan Branch book page. This is a fashion, vintage fashion book page. Adult coloring book. This is a vintage book on deer and birds, that kind of thing. This is a children's book. Oh, this is just kind of some cardstock paper. This is a Dick and Jane book, I believe, reader page, but it's a reproduction. Okay, and then here's the other side of those pages. What happens in the spring? Oh, that's what that is. Nature book page. Other pocket. Yeah, 1997, that's what that wallpaper is. Alright, and then last signature. This is like a how-to vintage book page. Some wrapping paper. Recipe book page. This is a darling kids book page. Some more wrapping paper, wallpaper. This is a book on how to make wreaths and flower arranging. Needlepoint, sewing book. It's a poem book. I love the different color pages. I wish I had the cover to that because I would like to search for it again, but I do not know. Isn't that pretty? This is a book on how to draw. National Wildlife book page. It's the cover, actually. And then here is the other pages. The other side. And then here is the inside. Fuzzies. Pretty? All right. So there is that one. The Grimm's Fairy Tales. Just love that. All right. Okay, now we have this Come to My Tea Party, a cookbook for children. I just thought this cover was adorable. Let me zoom down a little bit. I just thought this was adorable to make into a glue book cover. She's sitting there with her teddy bear and doing tea. So it's just really cute, and I thought it was just such a really pretty cover to use for a glue book. And then I decided to use this like chenille vintage fabric that I had, which has all these like little fuzzy bumps on it. So I put that on. I just thought it was just would go together. I don't know. I just really loved it. And then the charm for this one's a little strawberry. It's a wine marker, and it's just on there with a paper clip. So, and then here is the back, and I just put some lace along the edge here. And again, this is a 3-inch spine. And this is 8.5 inches wide by 10 3/4, so almost the size of a sheet of paper. And let's take a look. Okay, it's got 90 pages, front and back. And this is an envelope that was already with this book, and so it was filled with recipe cards. So I included the recipe cards that go with this book cover. So that's in there. All right, so this one, this is a painting book page on how to paint. It's Pinocchio. Calendar page. There's a piece of kind of heavy-duty cardstock-ish paper. This is a 1974 Minnesota DNR it's a little booklet that comes out, and it had deer on it. It's a children's book page. Here's a little bag. This is a children's book page, Gigi. This is a how to draw. This is a crochet book page. This is a book page from a fashion book. This is an advertisement book page showing all the different advertisements. Children's book page. Wow, that's really thick. So then here is the first page of this book, Come to My Tea Party. So I thought I would include that in there, and it's really thick pages too. And then I thought this was really pretty. This is a children's book. I just thought it would be really pretty for a spread in the middle. And then so this is all the other side. Okay, that's the first signature. Second signature is some wallpaper. This is a, it's kind of like a calendar book, but it has all flowers and things in it. I took the book apart long time ago because I love the floral images here and illustrations. So it's like a gardening book with calendar spots in it. This is a nature book page. This is from one of the glue books that I made called Alison's Zinnia. So that's that book page. Here's a really old vintage recipe book page. Magic crochet book page. Here's a map page. This is a oh my gosh, a shorthand book page out of a vintage book. Here's an Elvis book page. This is out of a National Arts book, and I love this, the page. And then here is the same children's book page with the middle spread. I think I made that. Yeah, I think I did that in this book as a theme, was to include these book pages as the middle spread because they're such beautiful. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So I think the last signature has the other book page, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. This one I left. You can cut it off or glue it or whatever. Alright, here's another page of the painting. I just love the floral image of those. Pinocchio. Here's another calendar page. This is kind of a scrapbooking type book. This is a reproduction, I believe, of Dick and Jane. It's not the original age, but it is older. National Wildlife Magazine page. This is a book on cocktails. Schools we've attended. It's kind of like a history book for your family. Here's another DNR book cover page, adult coloring book page. Here's some vintage wrapping paper. This is out of a poem, children's book poems. Atlas page. Yep, I did. And so, see, here's the other page of that book. It's just really pretty. I just love it for a middle. Alright, and then this is just the other side of all of these pages. Look at that. Somebody started writing in it. How cool. And then this is the inside of the back. All right. So that was the tea party. Come to my tea party glue book. And we'll go on to the next one. Okay, we have The Missing Mitten Mystery. I love this book. This measures 8.5 by 11.25, so this is a large one. 3-inch spine. I did add this mini pom-pom trim in white because it reminded me of snowballs. So, you know, for the snowman, I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. And I matched it with this really pretty, has green, blues, and navy flannel. And it is been doubled, so this is a double thickness flannel here to make it more sturdy. And the little wooden tag here is Silent Night. And then this is a little snowman wine marker charm. And it's so cute. And it's just put in here with a paper clip. So it hangs from the side there. You can take it off or use it in the book or wherever you'd like. And then here is the back. Love, love, love this one. So let's take a peek on the inside. So here we have a repurposed greeting card and made a little pocket out of it. And then here is just a little tag to go with it. So again, all of my papers are thrifted, unwanted, and found. Children's book page here. Here I made a scrapbook paper pocket. This is a beautiful, beautiful book page by, let me tell you, Susan Branch. This is a coloring book page. This is a book about a moose, so it's really cute. This is a book page. I love the craft paper color. And it is a book about potatoes. And it just happens to be there was a candy cane here and a caribou. And so I thought that would be appropriate for Christmas. So in this book is pretty much all winter and holiday oriented colors and themes and subject matter. This is green wallpaper. This is a winter children's book here. This is an adult coloring book, and it's a Christmas tree. Here is a clear bag that you can put all your goodies in, or cut it out and use it in the book. Now every year at Christmas time, when winter winds blow cold, I place high on my Christmas tree that angel made of gold. I sip a mug of cocoa as I gaze up at the tree and think about the angel who spent Christmas Eve with me. I just love that. This is a vintage how-to, and it was like how to make a paper Christmas tree. Children's book. This is one of those shape books, if you can see the shape here. This is out of a, I believe, Norman Rockwell, maybe. It is, and it just had kind of, they're, doing a Thanksgiving dinner, I believe, and she's dressed in, red and green, so I just thought that was really appropriate. Here is some vintage red and green wrapping paper. Here is a greeting card, recycled, so it has, the person's information on there. You can cover it up or do whatever. This is a book page from this book. Here is a pharmacy brown paper sack. Here is a sewing book page, vintage. Another Christmas book page. Here's some kind of gold, it's kind of like a parchment paper. It has a really neat feel to it. This one I believe is Norman Rockwell. It says Happy New Year here. This is a The Night Before Christmas book page. I just love this kind of painted sketch look to it. Love the illustration. And then this is the other side, so I'll go a little faster because it's the same. Or not the same, but it's the, the other side of the item. Yeah, this might be a book page, not from Norman Rockwell, but it's an art history book, I think. Is pocket. All right, I have nice wide space here because your book is going to bulk up with lots of gluing. All right, so then we have another Susan Branch book page. Another children's page. Here's a vintage cookbook page. There's a moose page. This is a vintage novel book, and it's really thick paper. This is a book about, oops, I have to take my paper clip out, sorry. This is a book about Christmas. This is some vintage wallpaper, 1997, wallpaper border, color book page. There's another bag. Here's some shorthand paper. Here's another angled pocket. Parchment paper. This is a vintage book page for like family history. Here's some wrapping paper. I'm not going to pronounce it. Tosca's Christmas. It's about a cat. It's really pretty. Another recycled greeting card. Here is a Christmas molded cookies recipe page. This is a vintage one. Here is a handmade bag by me. This is the other side of it, but you can cut it here and make a, you know, store your goodies in or whatever you want to do with it. Some pink paper. I love this because it's got glitter on it. Some more wrapping paper. Now this has been, oops, actually this is still connected here. But this is 2 sheets, so it's just together. You can finish cutting it if you want and then make a big pocket or use it for collaging, whatever you'd like to do. And then this is Little Critters Christmas. I just love Little Critters. I always read this to my kids, and it was always fun to try to find the little spider where he was hiding, or the grasshopper, he's hiding right there, all through the book pages. That was just kind of one of the fun things that we did with my children. Here's the top of the bag. Isn't that pretty? Love those Christmas cookies. There's the other part of the greeting card. Ginger squash. Alright, that's the second signature. This is the third and the last signature. This is, you know what? I don't recall the name of the children's book that this is from, but this is it's about Christmas. Love the Northern Lights here on this one. Yeah, Christmas Activity and Storybook is this one. Here's another vintage book page. Wallpaper. Adult Christmas book. Another bag. This one is from the Tea Party book, which the cover of the book is one of the other glue books that I've made. So this is one of the pages from that book. Sewing page. It's got the green and red here, so I thought that was really cute. Some music. Piece of scrap wrapping paper. This is an activity book page for children, and it has green and reds in it. Here's another greeting card. There's another pocket. And this is a Christmas, not an activity, but like decoration and DIY type book. And here was how to make stockings. Aren't those pretty? This is a page from a drawing book. I always love the sketches. Here's another kind of DIY sewing book. Another Little Critters Christmas. I just love this one. And then this is the other sides of those pages. Isn't that pretty? I thought this one was so man with the theme of the book. Excuse me, been recovering from a cold. Isn't it pretty? I love that. Yay! I love that. Isn't it pretty? It's that big activity book that I have. And then this is the back. And I love the end papers here, so I didn't do anything with them except for just add the altered greeting card pocket. So that is that one. And like I said, here is the charm, and it just goes into the top here with a paper clip. And, you know, you can do whatever you would like with it, but it just hangs off the side there. And so this one has 152 pages, front and back. So this is the Missing Mitten Mystery. Alright, now we have I Spy Christmas, a book of picture riddles. I love I Spy books, and I just happen to love this cover. It's all trimmed in the iridescent and sparkly you know, edging here on the book cover, so I just thought this would make a perfect glue book cover. So this measures 9 inches by 12 1/4. So, and here on the along the spine here, I put this kind of iridescent glittery type trim because I thought it matched with this, and it's really neat and pretty. So, and then on the spine here is some green flannel, and I just love this. This is also doubled thickness flannel. And so this one has a wood tag that says ho ho ho, and then this is a Christmas tree a wine marker. So again, that just paper clips in. And then here is the back. So you can cover this up or do whatever you want, but I left it as is. So let's take a look into this one. Get it all into frame here. So this one, here's a little tag. Again, this is a repurposed greeting card, and then I didn't cover this up because it wasn't filled out, so I left it. Alright, so we have Mary Engelbright book page again of Christmas. Here is a pocket from Atlas, a vintage Atlas. Children's book page, wallpaper, stationery, vintage cookbook page. This is like a DIY book. This is Norman Rockwell. And this one has like a huge flip out. And I left it because I didn't want to cut it off, and I just thought it was great. I just loved the dad hugging the child, so I left that together. Alright. Children's book page. This is the Susan, let me get that again. Yep, Susan Branch. I always forget her last name. Repurposed greeting card. This is a book on just kind of around the world. It's just a book of scenery and things like that. And so I found this winter scene. Here is a clear bag. This is the Nutcracker story. And this is a cookbook. And what is the name of that? Let me see here. Here. This is out of this book, Keeping Good Company. And I just love the pages because of the, you know, the decoration and how really pretty they are. I just love this book, actually. So this is, so I picked out winter type recipes out of it and used them for the glue books. But this is baked broccoli and spinach. And it's got the holly around it. And this is cranberry salad. It's got the gingerbread house. Alright, this is music paper, A Merry Christmas to You. This is vintage. Yeah, 1962, this one is. A Letter to Santa book. Here's some poems. This is a holiday. Let me see if I can find that book too, because actually I have to look it up or find it again. But let me look it up because it is really beautiful, and I'll try to remember to leave the link in the drop box below that, or let me just pause the camera and I'll get it for you. Okay, found it. Helen Steiner Rice, Christmas Blessings. This is what this page is from. And this book is just awesome, filled with Christmas poems and beautiful illustrations. So that's where these pages come from. All right. Wallpaper, sorry for that little sidetracking there. Here's some vintage, another cookbook page. Look how bright green this is. It's pistachio cake, and it's got the little shelf on the elf there. And then here is one of the, it's chalk style holiday coloring book for adults. And this one is, you know, got eggnog and all kinds of goody things on it. So then this is the other side of these pages. Look at that hot white chocolate. This is the Nutcracker. Love that. This is a Scratch and Sniff book, children's book. Okay, and then here is the other flip out. So that flip out is like a double flip out. So this is the whole thing here. And look at the precious father and baby there. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Oops. Yep, we're still in the same signature here. There's another pocket. Mary Engelbrecht. Okay, so whoops, let me take the paper clip out. So here is the second signature. Here is that big, huge book of just beautiful photographs. There's a little doggy there with a Scottish hat. Here's some holiday stationery. That's vintage. Here's the polar bear book. That's a really old book. This is flips out here. Here is a recycled envelope with a window. Wallpaper. Little Critters Christmas book, recipe book. Here is some vintage wrapping paper. Here is a holiday needlepoint book. There. Here's another page of the Helen Steiner Rice. Isn't it beautiful? Greeting card. This is a big envelope, so you can cut it here or cut it there, whatever you'd like. Here's the Nutcracker. Here is the tea book. Helen Steiner Rice. Here's the envelope. Adult Christmas book. Little critters. Little pocket. Love this. Isn't this adorable? Some music paper. And here is a middle page of a children's book, and I just love that. Okay, and then the rest of this is Christmas Around the World. This is the other side. I love this one. Isn't that beautiful with the candy cane hanging in the pine tree? Love that. Here's the other side of the envelope. And there. There's a big page of the wrapping paper. This is from Current, so okay. Okay, last signature. America, Christmas Around the World. There's mail delivery. Alright. This is a coloring book. This is a book on Elvis. This is a vintage 1974 Department of Natural Resources book. Chillyville Inn, Christmas story. There's a book about deer. There's a Mary Engelbrecht page. There's some more Christmas stationery. Here is a recycled FedEx envelope. This is a book on holiday drinks and cocktails. It's another Christmas Around the World. This is a sewing craft book here. Here is a nativity, doily, the nutcracker. That's stationary. It's a little boy looking up the Christmas tree, or up the chimney. Whoops. I love these. Here is the book page from this right here. It's the American Annual Christmas Literature and Art. These are huge pages and they're just beautiful. Here is some recycled wrapping paper. It's the cat Christmas story. Great Joy here. And then this is the other side of all of that. And that ends up with Santa there. So that is I Spy Christmas, and this one has 152 pages front and back. All right. Alright, now we have Christmas Quilts and Afghans. This is a vintage Better Homes and Garden book about how to make Christmas Afghans and quilts and stuff. So I really just countryed it up and hodgepodge it. And so this one measures 8.5 inches by 11.5. And this one has 134 pages front and back. So let's check this one out. Okay, so we have some beautiful ruffled Christmas trim here I put on the front. Thought it was really country. And then here on the spine I did a quilted kind of version, quilted of all kinds of scrap Christmas fabrics, you know, to kind of go along with the quilt and Afghan look here. And then this is the Holly Jolly tag, and then here's the little Christmas tree wine marker, and that's just here on here with a paper clip so you can move it. And then on the back, again, this is all quilted, you know, sewn pieces. And I just kind of left it all, you know, raggedy edges, you know, so you can fray it or whatever. Just made it, like I said, really hodgepodgey and really, you know, homemade looking. So let's take a look at this one. Here we go. So again, we have a repurposed greeting card pocket with a little tag here. And then the ruffle trim continues on the inside here. And this is all corduroy, and this is recycled corduroy. There was a skirt, a really old vintage skirt that was all corduroy red color, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for, you know, doing Christmas journals. So that is what the quilt is sewn to on here. All right, so then we have, this is a Christmas in America book. It's a huge giant book. So the page is folded up and you have a pocket here. Elvis book. Here is a recycled, I think this was like a FedEx where you have stuff printed bag. Here is a snowman, whoops, let me see here, a snowman children's book page. Here's a vintage book page about deer. Children's Little Critters Christmas book. This one here I absolutely love, and it is called, oh yeah, it's a Mary Englebright. That's right, you can almost tell. And it's a giant book, and I hate to cut the pages down, so what I did is I basically left them like this so you could flip them out. And I just love her bright colors, and isn't that just gorgeous? Love, love, love that. All right, this is a book on like drinks during the holidays, and isn't that pretty? This is a very old vintage, and I don't know if it tells the date. This is opposite pages, Madonna and Child, but I don't know if it's in this book or not. And so this is, I think it's just Christmas. It's a book about Christmas. Here's a red doily. Here's another one about Christmas in America. So here's Denmark. And here, let me grab this. I can show you what book this is from. Right here. Oh, the American Annual of Christmas Literature and Art. That's what these are. And they're just huge, huge book pages. And it's just beautiful, beautiful, you know, illustrations and stuff. So that's what that one is from. And this is Christmas stationery. It's a Christmas book page. Coloring a book page. Another piece of stationery. This one is some gold wrapping paper, and I folded it in half so you could cut this if you want and make 2 pages, or fold it, make a pocket. Christmas book page. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. I love that. This is an adult coloring book, and this is, I believe, a cardinal. And then this is one of those adult coloring, it's like a chalk book, and I just love it. It's all about Christmas, so this one has Believe in it. So then we will continue on with the other side of the book pages. So here's, see how old this is? It's browned on the back side. Just love these book pages. This one here you can flip down. It's about Christmas, or you can glue it, make a pocket. It's Christmas around the world. That's the other side of it. Yeah, this is, I don't know if it shows the date on that. Oh. Yep, FedEx bag. Okay, And then here is the paper clip for the charm. And so we'll start the second signature. Another Mary Engelbrett. I just love that. Here's an old vintage Atlas book page. So I made a pocket out of that. Little critter. And this is Susan Branch book page. I love her book. This is the Christmas version. Here's a bag. Another Christmas book. Here's some vintage wallpaper. Christmas stationery. Here is a recipe book page of a vintage book. You can see the yellowing around the edge there. This one is the DIY Christmas items. This is the Christmas activity book that I have, and I just love it because it mixes it with like kind of like real and cartoonish. I don't know. This one is a book of, it's just like around the country, and so this was winter. Here is a recycled greeting card. This one is out of a holiday book about Christmas. You know, how to, cook dinners and menus and that kind of stuff. The Sweet Smell of Christmas. Oh, that's what this one is. That's right. It's a scratch and sniff book, so we might run into some of those pages in here. Oh, spinach artichoke dip. Doesn't that look really good? Here is some Christmas book page. Miracle of Christmas. Santa Claus children's book page. Here's some wallpaper. And here is the middle of the second signature. Here's this one. This is These Wonderful Things Are the Things We Remember All Through Our Lives. I just love this. So let's see if it's a Lily Andville chalk style holiday coloring book. That's what this is. I love that. And so then we'll continue through. This is the other side of the pages. This is part of that scratch and sniff book. I like using very thick and, sturdy pages in mine. And if some of the pages are thin, I usually double them or something like that. But I choose, my pages pretty wisely. So, good quality. Like this is kind of a thinner page, but it's fun to use. So here's a map. This one I did not glue, so you can if you want, or cut this off and use this as part of your collaging. So that's a lot of fun. Alright, now we're going to be on the last signature. And this one here, this is just like a giant book of photos. It's really cute. Thousands of years ago, cats were worshipped as gods. Cats have never forgotten this. So, yeah, I just have so much fun creating these. You should see, this is a vintage book on polar bears here. It's kind of like a children's book. Wallpaper. This is a vintage recipe book page, and it's got really exquisite like desserts. Here's some Christmas wrapping paper. This is Norman Rock. No, is it Norman? No. I can't remember what this one is out of, but it's really pretty. This is poems, some Christmas poems. This is recycled greeting card again. Some vintage stationery. I love that. Chapter 1, yeah. It's a big, huge, giant storybook. I mean, look how big this page is. So, I love finding those big pages so that I could do that. This is out of a tea book, which is one of the glue books are made out of. That I have either coming up or videoing. I'm not sure which order this will be in, but there's a treat bag, Christmas one. Another adult Christmas coloring book. Christmas Around the World book. This folds down. You can glue it or keep it. Love this. And then here is a children's book page, and I just thought this was really pretty for the middle spread here. Really, really pretty. And this is a book about little girls. And there's this one here. And another. This is kind of all the other sides because we're past the middle, and this one folds down. And then this is a Christmas activity book page. Here's the other part of the card. These are just so, so pretty. There's that. This is really thick. Look at that baked Alaska. Doesn't that look good? Yeah, this wallpaper is 1997. I was lucky to find a vintage wallpaper book. And this is crazy, but I didn't realize that I got 2 book pages of a polar bear's butt. So, and then look at that beautiful cat in the back with a crown for the back page, and then this is the back. So there we go. This will be fun. I'm sure someone will just love this one. And then of course I just take the paper clip and just clip it to one of the pages, and then it just hangs down, but you can do whatever you want with it. I just always include one. So that was this one, Christmas Quilts and Afghans. It has 134 pages, front and back. All right. Okay, I have this really neat book, Ultimate Christmas. It says the perfect food, the perfect decorations, the ultimate Christmas. So this was a book on how to decorate, how to cook, how to entertain for the holidays. And I thought it was just a perfect book cover for a glue book. And I'm sad that I had to cover up the spine because under here actually is like a black velvet spine that had snowflakes along it. But in ordinary, to expand the spine and to make this, you have to, you know, cover this part of it. So, but anyways, I kept the black theme because I did like that. And then I added this little gold glittery trim here that looks really pretty. And then the little tassel charm here, which is just by a paper clip. You can take it off or do whatever. But this one says, "Oh dear." And then this one is a Santa wine marker. And these are all metal, and they're actually very heavy. I do want to point out on this one, so there is a little bit of Fabri-Tac glue that got on here, and I tell you, once that glue gets on, you can't get it off. But I thought about doing like a little fabric snowflake, you know, and tucking it under the cord here, and then, you know, voila, I'd be done with it. But I just wanted to point that out. I mean, it's not that noticeable, but it is there. And then on the back, this is the back, carried on the same trim here. And it has a little nice caption here. Maybe you'd want to keep it or cover it, whatever you'd like. Okay, so this measures 7.5 inches by 11. So this is like almost like a sheet of paper size. Again, 3 signatures. This one has 136 pages, front and back. So here is our recycled greeting card, and then there's a little tag in there. So let's go through this one. So this is out of the Christmas Susan Branch book. Here is some scrap paper that I made a pocket. Children's book, coloring page. There's the moose book. Here's the clear baggie. This is from the Missing Mitten Mystery. Wallpaper. This is out of a cookbook, sewing book, log cabin. It just reminds me of Christmas or, you know, winter. Here is a recycled envelope with a window that you can have fun with. This is like a parchment paper. Here's a greeting card. Here's a vintage cookie recipe page. Here's a homemade bag that I made, and this is the closed end, so you can cut it off here, cut it here, do whatever. Sewing page. Oh, when I sewed in the signatures, this page was too small for the paper clips, so I used some washi to hold it in place. Forgot to take that off. But I love this book. It's a really thick page, and it's got glitter. And then this is the other side of the pages. Cream cheese mashed potatoes. Yum. Okay, let's take the paper clip off. Okay, here's the second signature. This is out of this book. Here's an old recipe book, or it's like a booklet. Wallpaper border. This is an adult Christmas coloring book. This is out of a tea recipe book that is been made out of a glue book coming up shortly, or maybe you've already seen it. Not sure what the whether it will be before or after. Pretty. It's like a needlepoint book. There's the other side of the bag. This is a book on drawing faces. And then here's the center pockets, 2 of them. And then this is the other side. There's the bag there. Okay, and then the third signature here. This is a Susan Branch Christmas book page. This is a potato book. I love this. I gotta find another one because I love the craft paper in it, or the craft color paper. Wallpaper, adult coloring book page. Here's another clear bag. This is a shape book. Santa one. Another drawing page. Here's some more pockets. Oh, this must have been like the end papers, or the first page of the, yeah, Tosca's Christmas, that's the kitten book. Here's a recycled brown paper sack. And I love variegating my pages so that when you've finished collaging, you can see the different, you know, views of the page. This is Norman Rockwell book. Here's some wrapping paper. And here's The Night Before Christmas. Just looking for a date, 1975. And then this is the rest of the pages. There's the kitten book. It's another pocket here. Another bag. It's got gingerbread on it. And then here's the potato book, and then I loved it because this had a snowflake here. And that is the back of the book. So there we go. That one was the Ultimate Christmas. And so it hangs on there like that. So there is that one. Okay, I would like to share with you some of the books of where the book pages came from. So here's Helen Stenner Rice, Christmas Blessings. Keeping Good Company. That's the pages that look like that. Here is All-American Annual of Christmas Literature and Art. Princess Wears Pants, that's one of the covers. Mercy Watson to the Rescue. It's Fall. Gigi, God's Little Princess. Treasury of Christmas Tales. Pumpkin Carving. Christmas Trees. Night Before Christmas. A Very Merry Santa Claus Story. Here's the little critters. Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad. Jack Kent's 12 Days of Christmas. It's a Rainy Day. Christmas Joy, Susan Branch. Little Critter, Merry Christmas. Christmas Activities. See, most of these, the book has been gutted out, and these are all either what's left of the book or just the covers. Christmas Mice. The Christmas Cub. A Visit from St. Nicholas and Santa Mouse 2. The Ideals Family Dessert Cookbook. This is where a lot of those recipes, book pages came from. Snowman Magic. Jingle Bells. Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Those beautiful pages that were in the middle of the book were The Little Match Girl. Some of them anyways. The Night Before Christmas, Little Critters. Here's all those moose pages. It's If You Give a Moose a Muffin. The Very Best Christmas Present. Tosca's Christmas. That's the one with the cat. The Night Before Christmas. This is one of the glue books, The Missing Mitten Mystery. Nature Through the Seasons. Song of Creation, although I'm not sure if any of those made it into this year's books. This is from last year, actually. Last year's glue books. A lot of the nature ones were the American Wilderness. And this was one of the book covers, Alison Zinnia. Here's a lot of the cross-stitch ones. This is 100 cross-stitch Christmas ornaments. Ladybugs. Song of the Swallows. Okay, we have Joanna's Christmas. Chalk Style. Holiday coloring book. These are the cocktail book. This is Highballs, High Heels. It's really cute. This is Our Family Album. This is the one that has pages like that. This is a vintage golden high school encyclopedia. So that's where I get a lot of those pages. Here is The Sweet Smell of Christmas. This is the scratch and sniff one. Here is Mary Engelbrecht, The Night Before Christmas. And then this is the giant Christmas in America book that I was talking about. That's just filled with thick, really thick holiday pages about Christmas all around the world. So those are a good share of the books. It's not all of them for sure, because I'd have to fill up my entire desk, but that is a good share of the books.